Jay-Z has taken a bold step by filing a lawsuit against his anonymous accuser and her lawyers for making malicious claims. In his 25-page complaint, he accuses them of trying to extort money and push false stories. The accuser, known only as Jane Doe, had previously accused both Jay-Z and Diddy of sexually assaulting her when she was just 13 years old. Although she later withdrew her lawsuit last month, the accusations continue to stir up controversy. In an interview with NBC News, Jane Doe admitted, "I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive." She stressed that her claims were not about money, and she maintained her story even as the case unfolded. Jay-Z, however, paints a different picture in his complaint. He claims that Jane Doe and her lawyers were driven purely by greed, showing no regard for the truth or basic human decency. Throughout his complaint, Jay-Z refers to her as Jane Doe over 30 times, emphasizing his determination to hold her accountable for what he calls a malicious prosecution based on knowingly false allegations. Many questions remain unanswered. Who is Jane Doe really, and why did she choose to keep her identity hidden? The court allowed her to remain anonymous after she petitioned for it. And now, both fans and critics are left wondering what questions they would ask her if given the chance. Now let's break down the conversation that has everyone talking. Joining the discussion is a power panel of experts, including South Carolina solicitor Kevin Bracette, former Hot 97 morning show co-host Lisa G. Lisa G starts off by saying, Jay-Z made it very clear that he is deeply hurt by these accusations. He is upset not only for himself, but for his family and his kids. It sounds like he is showing just how angry he is that these claims were made in the first place. When someone with so much money stands firm, you have to wonder if his wealth is intimidating the accuser. Her straightforward words bring up the tough question. Is Jane Doe being pushed around because of the power and money behind Jay-Z's head? Crack then adds his perspective. The whole story just seems sketchy from the start. Even when a number of accusations are made, you have to ask if all of them are true. A false claim leaves a mark that lasts for a long time, like oil on your clothes. It never really goes away. He reminds us that while any sexual assault claim is serious, a false one can damage reputations for years, making it hard for people to know who to trust. Next, Kevin Bracette weighs in with his legal insight. This case is complicated, especially given that it involves events from over 20 years ago. Without solid forensic evidence, it becomes very difficult to verify the details of what really happened. When the facts don't add up, every small detail matters. If the timeline and the witnesses can't confirm the events, then it makes the whole story unravel. And believe me, even the weight of a serious allegation can leave a stain that lingers forever. He stresses that the truth is vital for both the accused and any future victims who might come forward. The discussion then shifts to the role of Tony Buzbee, the lawyer who has been active in similar cases. At a recent press conference, Buzbee declared, "The biggest secret in the entertainment industry has finally been revealed. The wall of silence is gone, and victims are coming forward." With his phone number displayed behind him, Buzbee seems to be attracting more accusers, raising the question, why now? And why are so many people turning to him? The panelists debate the impact of Buzbee's high-profile approach. Lisa G suggests, in hip-hop, there have been rumors about Jay-Z before, and none of them have stuck. But this time, it feels like he is not just defending himself, but also trying to send a message to any attorney or accuser pushing false claims. Headcrack agrees, noting that if someone makes an unfounded claim, it not only affects the person accused, but also harms the credibility of every other case in the industry. Kevin Bracette adds another layer to the conversation. For an attorney like Tony Buzbee, who has handled many such suits, there is always a risk that pushing these claims too hard will backfire. If the details of a case fall apart, it casts doubt on all similar accusations. In Jay-Z's case, his decision to stand firm rather than settle quietly shows that he wants to clear his name completely. This is not just about money, it's about protecting his reputation and making sure that false claims do not ruin lives. He points out that while criminal cases require evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, civil cases only need a preponderance of evidence, making it easier for even a shaky story to have lasting effects. The conversation then naturally leads to the ripple effects on other cases, particularly the ongoing issues surrounding Diddy. If this case shows that false claims can be successfully challenged, it might change the way similar cases are viewed in the future, says Head Crack. Even if some of the other allegations turn out to have some truth, the stain left by false claims can make it difficult for real victims to be taken seriously. This sentiment echoes through the panel as they reflect on the delicate balance between believing victims and verifying their stories. As the discussion winds down, the panel agrees that the implications of this lawsuit stretch far beyond just one case. Jay-Z's strong stance sends a clear message that he will fight against false allegations, no matter how high-profile the accuser or how powerful the claims may seem. If false stories are allowed to flourish, it could have dangerous consequences for everyone in the industry. Lisa G remarks, in the end, questions remain about Jane Doe's true identity and the motives behind her claims. While Jay-Z is determined to hold her and her attorneys accountable, the case also forces us to consider how false accusations can impact not only the accused, but also genuine victims who may be struggling to have their voices heard. What do you think? If you had the chance to speak with Jane Doe, what would you ask her? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below as we continue to unravel this tangled web of accusations and counterclaims.